onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. To throw, it's Lance. And this one too low. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him bumped down, says the sign judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders in the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Catch is made here by Earl Smith Jr. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On second and very short, Lance flushed out right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run. On second and 9, Lance.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now a play fake. Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And down inside the 15 he goes.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's brought down. But now we watch everything with great anticipation because he just had his 999th reception. And yes, math majors, the next one, a big one, 1,000. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw is Murray. He's got Smith here. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now a handoff looking right. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Niners are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Taking a shot for Samuel. It got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. As they run the counter play. Finding some room at midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now that deserves a couple exclamation points. And that's his 2nd touchdown run of this game. And this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch. And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Here's this out for Matthews. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I think so. I ain't mess with it.
1,000 career catches.
I haven't messed with it. I don't know.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times?
I mean, it ain't cold.
How about
I got
this?
cold.
With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And some room to work. Ain't doing nothing. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustment.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is this horrible?
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Murray now to throw. He's got his man Randall. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Play fake. Murray. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he finds Montgomery complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Murray off play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On play action, it's Murray. Dancing to his left. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or two short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
Really down.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Murray has the first down and more. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 164 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Point after, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
Second down and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now they try the right side here. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, City, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's real.
Throw across his body, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off, and the 49ers are going to get the football back at their own 17. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And
you see my man stop running, dog. Hopkins just kept going to the angle route. The man stopped. You seen it.
Once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield.
Meanwhile, the Steelers took another little ice whipping, huh?
Throwing again on second down.
Trash.
Lance. Big hold of the 30.
Trash.
Normally we're talking about quarterback duel where they're
kick to the ace. Oh, kick to the ace.
They mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. On first down, Lance. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Oh, really? You've been rebuilding, man. I mean,
game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
You need to be on HGTV. All that rebuilding you doing.
Throwing now is Lance. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 5 yards now. You'll
do a rebuild in a hot second. You're gonna rebuild, you some ain't you?
Interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Ain't got himself a BB.
Offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Brett Kern now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
Out of 10 leagues, that's all you got? Two guys out of 10 leagues? Right.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here.
He's trash. He ain't got the skills to pay the bills.
The Cardinal offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Flushed out right.
Oh, what a move by Collar. Run, Collar. Run, Collar. Made him stop again. I don't know why he's making these dudes stop like that. What a run by Murray with the dipsy-do Dagreatguru.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw. So maybe
it was a bad throw because the man stopped.
I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47.
I see you, Dillon. I see you did deal. I see you did deal. I see you did deal.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Rolling to his left.
Murray.
And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over.
No deal. I'm advancing right as soon as I get to playing this, I'm advancing.
We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards.
No, I got you.
Coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 176 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They go quickly here out to Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Really?
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they bring what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A throw over the middle, taken in. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Back to throw. And he will find his man Samuel. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Try to hit me with a back-to-back play, the same play. It didn't work.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll look to throw. His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards have just about sewn up this football game. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break.